I got 4 words for you. I love this car, and I really mean it because you can expect superior build quality and, in my books, one of the best and refreshing aesthetics you can get in a midsize crossover SUV, thanks to the Swedish designers over at Volvo. Now, significant improvements have been made to the model year 2022. For one, the Sensus infotainment system has now been completely replaced by Google-based Android software. That means you get most of the perks of an Android smartphone, including Google Maps, Google Voice Assist, and syncing up your personal Google account amongst many apps available on the Google Play Store. Secondly, the previous T5 and T6 engines have now been upgraded to the B5 and B6 with the introduction of a mild hybrid system. That means you still get the exceptional turbo and supercharger performance with the B6 specifically, all while improving fuel economy at the same time. Now the XC60 comes in 2 engine configurations, the B5 and the B6. Both run on a turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine with mild hybrid. The mild hybrid comes with a 48-volt integrated starter generator motor to capture some of that regenerative braking back into the powertrain to improve fuel economy. Now the difference between the B5 and the B6 is that the B6 comes with an electric supercharger to boost the horsepower up to 295 as opposed to 247 without with the B5. Its Volvo also offers a plug-in hybrid recharge and Polestar trims. Both get dual electric motors that boost the horsepower up to a whopping 400 and 415 horsepower, all with a capability of 19 miles of vehicle range. Now with the powertrain out of the way, let's step inside to see what this car is like. Now everything in the cabin space just screams quality, and it's pretty easy to tell by just simply tapping on different parts of the cabin space to kind of get a feel of just how dense everything feels. Now the cabin space has got feel as well as looks. Take for example this really nice black lacquered finishing. Wooden trims, it's also got this really nice brushed aluminum speaker plates, and one of my key favorites is this crystal style gear shift knob here. That's really easy to use. Now in the center console here, you've got a 9.0-inch portrait-style infotainment touchscreen that we'll go over a lot more detail later on, as well as a really simple climate controls, as well as a rotary volume knob, as well as a button to push and play your media controls. You've got this really simple door that gets you access to a 12-volt power source, as well as support for wireless smartphone charging. You've also got 2 cup holders and a compartment bin with 2 USB-C charge points. Now in the center column here, you've got this sequential style shift knob that's really easy to use, as well as a dedicated park button, a twist style engine start stop button, as well as electronic park brake, and a button for turning on and off auto hold assist. Now one of the key features I really enjoyed about the Volvo XC60 is this upgraded Bauer & Wilkins audio surround system. Now for those of you that don't know, Bauer & Wilkins is a really renowned and established manufacturer of building high quality audio loudspeakers. So it is an incredible treat to kind of have this high quality music being able to play as part of your driving experience. The instrument cluster is a 12.3 all-digital display that is really nicely designed. It's got your typical speedometer and tachometer, as well as the center screen reserved for displaying Google Maps. The XC60 also comes with a heads-up display that directly portrays the vehicle speed, as well as navigation directly under the windshield for ease of access and control. Now let's get into more details of the infotainment system. First of all, it's a 9.0-inch portrait style. That means it feels much more natural to users because typically that's how you would use a smartphone. So all of this feels very natural, as well as with a dedicated home push button that makes it really convenient to use. Of course, you got Google Maps, which just blows its competitors out of the water with the sheer level of detail, as well as how fast it is. Now because it's running on Android, that also means you can synchronize your Google account straight onto your infotainment system. That means you can access your Gmail or your calendar events right onto the infotainment system, which makes it really convenient as well. What I also forgot to mention is that the XC60 comes with an 8-speed automatic gearbox with available all-wheel drive. That means you get better traction and stability in both handling and in harsh weather conditions as well. Now on a first drive, I have to say, you can really tell the build quality of the Volvo XC60. It feels extremely sturdy and well built. It almost feels like you're driving in a tank, honestly. Now the engine that we're test driving with comes with a V6. That means it's got a supercharger, a turbocharger, and a mild hybrid system. That all creates a very unique acceleration and torque profile, and the power just feels endless, all while retaining a reasonable fuel economy of around 27 miles per gallon on both city and highway combined. Now, because the midsize crossover is one of the most popular segments in the industry, that also means there are a ton of other competitors as well. Take, for example, the Acura RDX, Lexus RX 450h, or Lincoln MKX, Infiniti QX60, BMW X3, X5, or Audi. There's just so many out there. Every auto manufacturer has a midsize crossover SUV to offer. But what I can say that the XC60 has a leading edge on is really the exceptional build quality. It just really feels like I'm driving in a tank, honestly. I feel ultra safe and sturdy in this car. And one of the drawbacks I would say about the ride quality is it does feel a little bit harsh. And I would say that's probably because of the air suspensions. That is kind of a typical characteristics of that. I think, traditional spring dampened suspensions give you a little bit more push. But the air suspensions does still do a pretty good job in maintaining overall ride quality and control as well. So that's my take on the 2022 Volvo XC60. Price-wise, it doesn't exactly come cheap, with our tester Inscription model starting prices at $51,245, but still justifiable for what it has to offer. So just to recap, in terms of build quality, I give it a 4.5 out of 5 rating. I really think that Volvo has done an exceptional job with the overall Swedish design aesthetics and the quality of materials used inside out. Ride quality could be slightly improved as their suspensions tend to be a bit bouncy and harsh at times, and I generally prefer dynamic damping suspensions for better ride comfort and overall dynamics. Where the Volvo XC60 also really shines is the fully integrated Google software running behind the infotainment system. It supports Google Maps, Google Account Synchronization, Google Apps, and voice assist that you can even use to turn on and off the cabin heating and cooling, which is pretty slick. There's still more to talk about the XC60, but I'll leave it at that. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and until next time.